Aside from the standard, pass line with max odds style of bet or the don't pass bet, the most popular bets on the craps table are when you go inside or across. 44 inside, 64 across, 110 inside, 160 across, what have you. The thinking there is, of course, you've got more targets, better chance to win. In fact, on the inside bets, you've got a 75% advantage over the 7. A 75% probability that one of your inside bets hits before the 7. 80% if you include the 4 and 10. That's a pretty steep advantage over the 7 for one of those bets to hit. But is it a good play for you to bet with all those extra targets for that one hit? If it's one hit you're looking for, maybe. But if you're going to stay out there too long, that 7 is going to get you and it's going to get all of your money. So with that said, I want to unpack what it really looks like to bet inside and give you a couple of tactics and some math that you can use to your advantage as you're making your crap strategy. I'm John. This is Pro Craps. Let's get after it. I'm not going to roll the dice so much today as talk a little bit about inside betting. And this is going to be kind of a topic here about your approach to it. And let's be really, really simple. I'll use the easiest possible bets. We're just going to go 110 inside because it's simple to make the bets, okay? 110 inside, I have told you that you've got a 75% advantage over the 7 here, okay? And I think people misconstrue this and don't understand what I mean when I say that. That does not mean you've got this like incredible, like you're an advantage player now, that we didn't like unlock any kind of a secret, okay? What this means is that with these rolls, you've got 10 ways to roll these two, 8 ways to roll those. You have 18 ways to roll. And if we put out 18 chips, and I'll do it, there's 5, there's 10. Do I have 18 chips here? There's 15, there's 18 chips. There's 18 ways to win, and there's 6 ways to lose. There's your 5 reds. 6 ways to lose, 18 ways to win. And just look at that. And I want you to picture all these chips, the 18 ways to win, the 6 ways to lose, in a blender. They all go into a blender, right, like this, and you're gonna close your eyes, and you're gonna say, well, I'm gonna go and reach into this blender and pick out a chip. And what color chip is it? Is it a winning chip or is it a losing chip, right? That's your 75% advantage. That's what it looks like. Put all your possibilities into a bag. Reach into the bag, close your eyes like you're doing your white elephant thing or whatever, and grab a chip. And do you win or do you lose? Well, here we lose, right? That's what it means. That's what 75% advantage looks like in reality. It's just all the ways you can win, all the ways you can lose. On a given roll, what's going to happen? Sometimes you reach into the bag and get nothing. Sometimes you go into the bag of chips and you flail around and you sneeze and you pull out an 11 and it's nothing, right? That's what it means. This means that out of every 4 rolls, every 4 decisions, 4 of them, 3 of them will be good for you, you will win. 1 of them will be bad for you and you will lose. That's what a 75% advantage looks like. You reach into the bag, 3 out of 4 times you're gonna get a white chip, 1 out of 4 times you're gonna get a red chip. When you get the white chip, what happens? You get a white chip, this happens, 25, 35. So let's say that it goes perfectly for you. I got a white chip, fan-freaking-tastic. I got another white chip, awesome. I got a 3rd white chip, that's fantastic. I come in, I get the red chip, and all this goes away. I went out there for 110, what do I have? I have 75, there's a green chip, there's 105, and I lost $5. Okay, that's it. That's the whole lecture, right? You've got 3 times out of 4 you're probably going to win. 1 time out of 4 you're going to lose all your money, right? So when you're inside betting or across betting or 6 and 8 betting, right? You got a ton of money out there at risk, right? And think of it this way: you're risking 110. Let's put the money back out there again. Let's put the 110 right back. Sorry, I got my coffee in my hand here, so I'm one-handing this thing. You got 110 out there at risk to win $35, okay? Think about that. You're risking 110 to win 35. And I know that we all play this game thinking that we're gonna get the monster roll. Excuse me, and we're gonna get multiple hits, and it's going to be amazing. Even if you have a miracle, and a miracle means 3 hits before the 7. Remember, you could go win, win, loss, win in that order and be really in bad shape. Because think about that, right? 3 wins out of 4. Let's actually play it like that and see what it looks like, right? You can go win. There's 35 bucks. You can go win again, 35 bucks. Take all your money, right? So now you're down. I'll put the 110 over here. You're actually down 110. That's a loss. You have 2 wins, and then you go back out again. 1, 2, 3, like this. You can get 2 losses in a row. You can be down 220 before that 3rd and 4th one comes in, right? And the compounding of these losses between the wins, again, 3 out of 4 doesn't always come 1, 2, 3, loss. It comes win, win, loss. Maybe you get your 3rd win here. Now you're at your 105. Maybe you get a 4th win, and then you lose it again. Where are you? Now you're down 220, and for damn sure, there ain't 220 out here, right? It's all about the timing of it. So if you get perfect timing, you're still going to be down $5. Like, think about that. If it works out the way it ought to, and you win 3 and lose 1, you're still down $5, right? So how do you combat that? Well, the way to combat that is twofold, right? I think number 1, you got to press. If you're going to play it like that, right, there's no way to win. It's impossible to beat the house in that circumstance. Let's do it again with a little bit of a press built into it. So let's say you go $35 in the first win. And let's say that at the very least you do this. You just go to there with your nickels, and that's your first win. And then you take a 6 and 8 win for 35, and then you take a $42 win from the 5 or the 9 that comes in, right? Where are we now? There's our 3 wins. Let's add it up. Let's say you lose on the 4th roll. Where are you at? You're at 75. You're at 102, right? You actually lost more by pressing, but what you got to think about is once you hit your 3, that's the time to pull. We say 3 hits and down a lot. The reason for 3 hits and down is that 3 hits and down, and you bring all this shit back to you. And if you do that, there's your 110. And now you've got, I'll color these up for you. Now you have 112. So you're actually up $2. So you need at least a press and to beat the 7, actually 3 times out of 4. And you're still barely ahead with just a single press. But if you don't press and bring that back down as part of your deal, you're going to be upside down at least $5 every time. So there's an argument to be made against same betting because you're going to for sure be down. But if you press and you don't ever collect on it, again, we'll do that example one more time. There's 25, 35, and you press up in here. We'll take those as a press. Let's say the 6 and 8 hit again. There's 35. And we'll take a $42 hit on the outside. Let's say we get a good one, 42. After 3 hits, you're actually doing worse than if you didn't press at all. If you get into the situation, you've got to pull back to prove the profit. You got to pull back, and you got to know where you are, right? After 3 hits, you're at, again, 102. If you regress at this point, you're going to lock it up. If you pull back, you're going to lock it up. If you stay put, the 7's coming, you're going to be upside down again by a little less than before. You're upside down here by, well, actually you're upside down by $8. So think about that as you're going here. I wanted to make sure I called that out. PJ Strong, he's a good guy. He can be a little obnoxious sometimes, but I love him anyway. Points this out, and the way he phrases this is you're picking up nickels in front of a steamroller. I think that's a great way to frame this discussion. And as you can see, that's exactly what's happening, right? If we set it back up, I'll do it one more time. We'll set them back up again, right? The steamroller's coming. You know the 7, well, there it is, right? You know that bad boy's coming. And as you're doing it, you're risking 110 to win 35, okay? You've won 35. Now you're risking what's 110 minus 35? It's going to be $75 is at risk here to win 35. Now you're risking $40 to win 35. And now you're risking at this point $5 to win 35. So as you collect, your level of risk goes down, but you're always upside down until you get to the last one. Here, you're still risking at the third one. You're risking $40 is what's, your net out here in action. Risking 40 to win 35. You're still laying against the house. You're laying against the 7 every single time with this, okay? Not really laying, but think of it that way. 110 to win 35, 70 to win 35, 40 to win 35. You're always laying odds on a number where you're at the disadvantage, right? You're still, the 7's better than all these numbers. So you got to think about that as you're going through. And I want to make sure that I called that out today because almost every strategy that we talk about, me included, is always these inside strategies and different ways to play it. You have a 75% advantage on a given roll, right? But remember, the one that you lose all of it. And that's a bitter pill. It's a jagged little pill, as they say, right? That's a tough one to take on that. So make sure that when you're doing this, you got to bake into your system a press, at least one press to make it right. And you got to bake in some regression or some pullback to make it stick. Because if you don't make it stick, you're going to get screwed. And that's kind of the thing. So the short little demonstration / lecture there, I do have to get to work today early. I got a 8:45 this morning. So I want to make sure I talked about that. And tomorrow I'm going to work through some of the better and work through some more math on that and some other better rollouts to kind of demonstrate options there. But I hope that visual made sense today. I was thinking about that over the weekend. I thought it would be a good thing for us to kind of talk through. So there's that. So I can't say this strongly enough. You do have a 75% probability advantage when you're betting the inside versus the 7 for one of those numbers to happen before the 7 does. One time, not a one roll bet, but those numbers will likely show more than the 7 3 out of 4 times. It does not mean you're going to win 3 out of 4 times. Okay. On the whole, on the average over time, sure, you're going to get 3 wins to every 1 loss. Those losses may come in succession and wipe you out. So be careful when you're betting the inside. Don't let that comfortable 75% probability advantage distract you from the reality that the 7 takes all your money. Just be careful with it. Go into it eyes wide open, but still have fun. Attack the game where you can, when you can, right? Just be careful, eyes wide open, protect yourself. So with that said, always open, as we say, to your comments. To the video, you can drop me an email, john@procraps.net. Better yet, join the Discord. Go to casinogaming.tv, sign up there with our Discord channel, and you can engage with me and everybody else all day long. We're in there constantly just kind of chatting it up. So love to have your input, your feedback. Appreciate you if you're a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, get subscribed, hit the bell, hit the like button. It helps us out, helps the channel grow and get the word out. Share it with your friends. And with all of that said, I'm John. This is Pro Craps. I'll see you in the next one. God bless.